Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. My name is Teebor, and Battlefleet Gothic Armada is here. It's released, and I'm going to play through the campaign and see what happens. I've been playing the skirmish. I put a good couple of hours into playing solo skirmish modes, as I'd heard that there were issues with balancing on the multiplayer, so I kind of avoided that so I didn't mar my enjoyment of the game too much. Yeah, I've kind of got used to it a little bit. Let's just tweak these audio down a little bit. Drop that down a touch. Drop the music down a little. There we go. Right, so let's go. It's a new campaign on normal. And we can see what this has got for us to play.
For 10,000 years, the Imperium of Man has endured under the rule of the immortal Emperor. The worlds of man are scattered across the galaxy, threatened by savage aliens, heretics who defy the Emperor's will, and horrors lurking upon forgotten worlds. It is a time of endless war, selfless heroism, and blackest infamy.
I see fortresses in the stars. A circle of 6, but they sleep yet and must be awakened. Ride upon the storms of chaos. Gather your rivals around you. End discord and terror throughout 1,000 worlds. Abaddon the Despoiler, War Master of Chaos. You speak in meaningless riddles. What are the fortresses in the stars? Answer me or die now! Stop this foolishness. I have consorted with creatures far more powerful than Speak, crone, but I will remember your insolence. Seek the hand of darkness. Take the eye of night. With these, the citadels will be yours to command. A chorus of 1,000,000,000 throats will cry your name in fear and hatred. The stars themselves will run red with blood. If you have the courage for it. War Master.
Captain Spire, Data Log Alpha. Battlefleet Command has lost contact with Orbital Station Aleph in the Naxos system. I'm on my way to investigate.
Sir, we're approaching the location of Orbital Station Aleph.
Captain, the station is surrounded by an asteroid field. I have calculated the best approach for us to pass through it safely.
Your orders?
Right, so this looks like it's going to be a tutorial. Let's move on.
Setting course.
For some reason the camera controls don't seem to be working quite right. I can scroll back and I can scroll right, but I can't scroll left or
Orders received.
up. That is extremely weird.
There's an active minefield directly ahead, Captain. We must maneuver quickly, or it is likely the ship will be damaged.
All available power to the plasma thrusters. We're going to execute a high-energy turn.
Resuming normal functions.
High energy turn successful, Captain. The thrusters are already recharging.
Helm, resume our course to the orbital station.
So it looks like I can use the cursor keys, but I can't use the WAS and D for some reason. Just have a quick look at the controls. Make sure that they are set correctly. Okay, don't seem to be able to change the camera controls. Oh well, okay, we'll carry on as is then. I'll just use the cursor keys for now.
Underway!
So anyway, Battleship
Captain,
Armada.
our arrays indicate that the orbital station is heavily damaged. I suggest we move in closer to discover what happened here.
Yeah, so Battleship Gothic. That's what I was trying to say before I was interrupted there.
Captain, we can reach the station faster by pushing the engine status to all ahead full.
So the game is all about
All ahead full!
large ship-to-ship combat involving broadsides, which is nice, similar to what was that other game? I can't remember what it's called now. Rebel Galaxy. But obviously this is played out on a larger arena.
Cruising speed set.
And I can't now scroll around you using the cursors either. What is going on here?
It seems like the station has been attacked recently. The enemy may still be lurking around.
Oh, and now the cursor's
Sir,
returned.
I recommend dispatching
This is,
some of the ship's
very
armsmen to
strange.
board Orbital Station Aleph and report on what they find.
So, we're just learning about boarding.
Boarding parties underway, Captain.
We're seeing several weapon impacts and signs of explosions at the bulkheads. We've found the command center, sir. This place is a mess, full of bodies. The station's command crew, they're all dead.
Act cautiously, Sergeant. I have a bad feeling about this.
Sir, we found a survivor. Sir, the station is a trap. We're under attack by traitor forces.
Captain, a defense platform on the station has activated and is targeting our vessel. Broadside macro cannons ready to fire on your order, sir.
So, what I was trying to say was, yeah, this was a Games Workshop board game. One that I never really got into. I had some friends that used to like playing it. And I used to like the Games Workshop games. I used to play a lot of them. But never this one. So this is interesting for me. It's good, should be good fun because I enjoy these kinds of games anyway.
Target destroyed, Captain. We blew it to pieces.
Sir, I'm picking up some strange signals in the nearby gas cloud. Sir, the signals. They're Iconoclast destroyers.
Chaos ships. This sector is a long way from the Eye of Terror. What could they be after here?
Whatever their reasons, Captain, these heretics must be destroyed at once.
Captain, consulting the ship's cogitators and machine spirit can help guide you in making tactical decisions in battle.
Okay.
Activating tactical cogitators.
Slow motion, basically. Tactical cogitator allows me to plan my attacks. Not that there's really too much to plan in this instance.
Master Gunner, we need to direct additional power to the targeting cogitators to increase our weaponry's accuracy.
Lock on target.
You see one of these drifts close enough to get a boarding action. I'm not going to stress too hard trying to get it.
Yes, Admiral.
Keep using the control, scrolling around using the cursor keys. Right, let's see if we can push the situation a little bit and get a ram on one of these guys.
Cruising speed set. Changing course. Helm coordinates acknowledged.
Ramming speed.
Ship ready.
Oh, I think we're going to miss. Never mind, let's go for boarding action.
Targeting enemy vessel. Cruising speed set. Execute high energy turn.
Get that front lance working. Does a lot more damage in this instance because he's got no shields. Lovely. I'm happy with that.
Well done, crew.
I'm not happy about that
The
though.
order arrays are reporting more enemy signals. Many more.
A gigantic chaos fleet. There's no way we could survive fighting them head-on. Contact the High Command immediately.
Unable to do so, Captain. All communications are jammed. Captain, there may be a way for us to escape and warn Port Moore. We could risk an emergency warp jump.
It's risky to engage the warp engines this close to the star's gravitational field. But the Chaos Fleet has us boxed in! Sir, we don't have any other options!
Oh, eternal God Emperor. Preserve us from the dangers of the void.
And away we go. Into the void and hopefully to be seen again. Okay, well that's the tutorial out of the way. Now we can move into the game proper, more or less.
If what you say is true, Captain Spire, a vast Chaos Fleet is massing for attack. Inquisitor Horst, are you sure of this man?
Maybe we should consider someone else.
Isn't this captain from a planet that rebelled against the Emperor's will?
Enough! His faith will be tested thoroughly.
Love the Emperor, for he is the salvation of mankind. Obey his words, for he will lead you into the light of the future. Honor his servants, for they speak in his voice. Tremble before his majesty, for we all walk in his immortal shadow.
Let us begin.
Oh, I hate white screens. It always shows me how dirty my monitor is.
We needed to be certain. The enemy we face is no ordinary foe.
I understand.
You are to be promoted to the rank of Admiral and given command of a fleet.
I will not fail you, Inquisitor.
There is much to do and little time, Admiral Spire. I fear a storm coming to the Gothic sector. One we are not yet prepared to face.
The Gothic sector is beginning to turn away from the Emperor's light. Treachery, sedition, and heresy have broken out like a plague upon our worlds. Admiral Spire, your new rank entitles you to command a small war fleet of Imperial Navy ships. It is your task to ensure the citizens of the Imperium remain safe. and loyal.
Alright, so Imperial soldiers have gone rogue, will try to take systems from you. These threats are not part of any threat, but lost systems will give you penalties. Okay. These cutscenes are so loud. Oh, can I turn the cutscenes of audio loud volume down? Not really. That's a shame. Alright, well, let's carry on then.
Your first assignment is to put an end to the unrest and rebellion threatening a nearby system. This interface helps you prepare your fleet for the next mission. At the head of every fleet is the flagship. You must select one of your vessels as the flagship for each assignment. Choose your Dauntless Light Cruiser as the flagship for this first operation. You have another captain assigned to your command. This captain commands a Dauntless Light Cruiser and will assist you for the duration of the mission. Add his ship to your fleet. Smaller ships of the escort class can provide fire support or scout for the enemy. The Firestorm frigates are a good choice for this assignment. Once your fleet is prepared to engage the enemy, you should set course for the target system at once.
Okay, I like these Firestorm ships. I've had some good good skirmishes using those.
Admiral, the fleet has reached the last known position of the heretic ships. Their sedition must not stand. How shall we deploy our flagship?
Alright, I'm supposed to walk me through this. This is the deployment phase. So I can deploy anywhere along this green area, normally. Obviously it wants me to deploy
now
in a
you must
particular
select
spot.
how you wish to deploy remaining ships of the line. Now that your cruisers are deployed, you must next determine where to place the Firestorm escort vessels. Your new promotion has placed you in command of the entire fleet, Admiral. That means you can order your captains to adopt engagement modes during the battle. These engagement modes define how your captains act in battle. You can change the engagement modes at any time.
Admiral, the Firestorm escort ships have powerful prow weapons. I would advise setting these ships to a frontal attack. A good understanding of each ship's weapons is the best way to know which engagement mode to use.
Okay, well, I will do it at once, but looking at this ship's got front torpedoes and double macro turrets and a macro battery, so actually that's going to be better on broadside, which is fine. This ship has got a heavy prow lance, so that actually needs to really go on frontal assault. And this is what I'm going to do with the Firestorms as well, because the Firestorms, although they have a macro turret, really it's the light prow lance that's going to do the damage, and then you have no broadsides.
Macro cannons on our ships are most effective when fired at short range.
Oh, it's going to tell me to do it anyway. So, here we go, short range.
Now that we've deployed the fleet, it is time to root out these rebellious traitors.
Okay, and I should have, I should be able to assign. Yep, there we go. I can assign groups to them using control.
All ships, coordinate your movements. We will advance as one group at the same speed.
At your command.
We will set course for a gas cloud and use it to ambush the rebel ships. Once our ships enter the gas cloud, it should mask our fleet's emissions.
Okay, so there's, on each map there's going to be several obstacles. Asteroid Belt, if you end up in there you'll take damage unless you have a certain perk or skill, I think it was. The gas clouds, which are quite handy for hiding ships, as your opponents won't be able to detect you when you're in them. And you might sometimes find minefields will pop up every now and then. Obviously, being a minefield, it's going to blow you to bits if you happen to find yourself ploughing into it. Also, I'm trying to think what else you get. Some missions have like a little space station sentry that you can find in them as well. They're usually the target of the mission, so it might be that you have to go and destroy those, and then once they have been destroyed, you have effectively completed the mission, or you just have to escape, which is just a case of getting to the opposite side of the pitch.
The gas cloud conceals our fleet, sir. We're invisible to the enemy ships.
Excellent. The trap is set. Now we wait for our prey.
Sir, I've detected an enemy vessel. Shall I engage?
Wait until you have identified your target, Captain.
I have a probe ready to launch, Admiral. That ought to tell us what we're looking at.
Very well, Captain. Launch the probe.
Where am I launching it to? Ah, there it is. So this is just going to scoot off in a straight line pretty much all the way across the map until it finds things within its sphere of influence, and it will reveal them. So this should reveal this unknown target and allow me to see what it is.
Enemy ship sighted!
There we go. So we've got a cruiser. Now it's just going to carry on now and disappear off of the map somewhere. So I'm just going to wait for this to make its way a little bit closer.
Ship ready!
And we make an attack yet?
Course
Away we go.
So, Admiral Spire, did Ravensburg send you to bring us to heel? There are other powers in the galaxy besides the Imperium, Admiral. They can reward you
Let's
for your
get some
skill
boarding action going.
and your devotion.
He's too far away. He's also not going to move.
Ship ready!
Let's see if we swing around fast enough. I might try and get these torpedoes off.
The enemy's void shields are down. Sir,
Probably will miss.
Fire on their plasma generator. Targeting the plasma generator drains the ship's power. They'll have difficulty using their warp engines. Critical damage to the enemy ship, sir. Their void shield capacitors are destroyed.
Let's get a lightning strike going.
Awaiting orders.
Similar to a boarding action.
At your command!
Are you? Yeah, you're supposed to be broadsiding. I suspect I might just swing that round a little.
Navy.
Nice, couple of good torpedo hits.
Yes, Admiral.
Choose where you want the probe to go. The probe will identify any nearby signals.
Side tissue with the tutorial there.
Admiral, this is a battle we cannot win. I'm taking my ship out of this mess.
Admiral, he is activating his warp engines and preparing to disengage from the battlefield.
This cowardice cannot be tolerated! Admiral, we must put an end to this pitiful display and make an example of this craven fool!
And I'm going to execute the
This is
captain.
Lieutenant Kraft. Executed the captain and taken back control of the ship.
Well done, Kraft. You've been promoted to captain. Follow my orders and we'll get through this.
As you command, Admiral.
Course plotted.
Let's use some lock-on to try and get some extra damage. So I've lost access to my deck abilities, and I've just lost my torpedoes as well. That's a little awkward.
Yes, Admiral. All ahead, full.
Another lightning strike in on there, get some more people aboard.
Awaiting orders.
Cruising speed set.
The enemy ship has activated its warp engines and is attempting to disengage.
I have a strike team of Navy armsmen ready to sabotage the enemy's warp engines. We must act quickly and use the ship's teleportarium to launch the attack. Your orders.
Fool! Your faith in the Emperor is as false as your courage!
Silence this heresy. Fire all weapons. Yes, Admiral.
Well, there's no more abilities I can use, so we'll just carry on as we are.
Your orders?
At your command.
These are unloaded
We
cannon.
should keep our distance from the enemy ship, sir. It will soon explode.
Changing course.
All ships, you fought with valor this day, and proven yourselves worthy of the Imperial Navy. Set course to leave the system. I must report our victory to Lord Admiral Ravensburg.
Okay, so that went alright. We lost the firestorm, but that's always going to happen. There's no penalty for losing a small ship like a firestorm. If your larger ships, your ships of the line, take a significant amount of damage, they can actually be out of action for a few turns whilst they are repaired. This instance, we think we've got away with it because we didn't take too much damage.
You've exceeded my expectations, Admiral. However, other seditious forces are making themselves known in the Gothic sector. I would like you to meet Fabricator Cambrius. He is in charge of the Adeptus Mechanicus shipyards at Port Moore.
Admiral, you and your fleet can repair and upgrade your vessels at Port Moore. By the Omnissiah, my tech priests stand ready to assist you. Your current rank allows you access to the most common classes of vessel. As you grow in renown throughout the Gothic sector, larger classifications of ships will become available. Follow me, Admiral Spire. I wish to show you the sacred shipyards of Port Moore.
Alright, okay, let's just quickly do this. And then we'll wrap up this episode. So, reached level 2, I've unlocked a new cruiser slot and I have 1 additional deployment per turn, which means I can now deploy 3 cruisers. If I decide to purchase, sorry, I can deploy extra ships. I can now have 3 cruisers, light cruisers, and a cruiser.
Port Moore is the largest and most sophisticated harbour in the Segmentum. Here, you can see what services are available to you at your current rank, experience, and renown. There are several shipyards in operation at Port Moore. Follow me, Admiral, and I will lead you to the docking bay. It is time to show you what my shipyard can provide to meet the needs of your fleet. This panel displays the statistics of an individual vessel. Using this interface, you can see your ship's standard characteristics. The weapons of your ship are also displayed here. Pay close attention to the weapons information displayed here in order to better understand your ship's capabilities. This panel displays the general attributes of your ship. Select the Crew Management panel to see more.
Okay, well I don't think there's anything I can really add to that. Obviously you've got your ship weapon types here. Power lance, macro cannons we can just see highlighted on the top of the ship there. And then we've got the macro batteries, which is our broadside. Now, we haven't got access to them. We might get access to them in a minute. I can't remember if it takes you through that part. But you can also see here your stats about the ship. So your hull integrity, your armour, detection radius, number of troops, number of turrets, shield value, speed, etc. These can all be modified through upgrades to the ship. But let's carry on with the crew, because we can upgrade the crew as well.
Admiral, this is the crew of your ship. Every vessel has a particular captain and a specific set of crew. By focusing your attention on an individual crew member, the crew can improve their skills and benefit your ship in many different ways. The captain of this ship has earned a promotion. This grants you access to better quality crew. You should start by improving the skills of your navigator. He will then be better able to guide your ship through the tides of the warp.
Right, well, I'm forced to spend a point on navigator, unfortunately. The navigator really just decreases your chances of being lost. So you've got a 45% chance of being lost in the warp, and this reduces it by 15%. And yeah, that's kind of it, as well as the disengagement time as well. I would rather have actually spent my points on something else, like a servitor ratings. Actually, probably just ratings or the master gunner, but we'll have the navigator for now.
In addition, reconditioning will reset your crew abilities. Now, take a look at the ship's upgrades. You can install a new module on the light cruiser.
So I can't see any others at the moment, but the master gunner basically increases your, unless it's been changed, was increasing the amount of damage that you could do via, I think it was crits. So when you do critical damage, it did more damage. And I can't remember which one it was. One of these two increases the number of your troops, and the other one was the cooldown reduction, which was only quite small, like 4%, but it obviously stacks up as you go through the levels. So let's have a look at the upgrades.
Different systems on each ship can be improved with modules and upgrades. Such systems include engines, decks, and weaponry. These improvements are acquired by gaining renown during your missions. I have set aside an additional void shield for your ship. You can install it now to improve the ship's shield rating.
Okay, so we can see we've got one spare slot here, which is an empty upgrade slot, and we've got an empty skill slot as well. I might cover that shortly. So this is what I was talking about here. So we're going to put the shield generator on here. So this is just going to increase the ship's shield by 100 points. There are a lot of other things here involving your weaponry. So you've got torpedoes there, you've got macro cannons, there's range improvements on there. You can add additional turrets, which are like point defense, additional armor. Lots of different things you can do to customize each ship and have it the way that you want it, or the optimal way, really, if you want to min-max.
Well done, Admiral. Now, try installing a tech module on your ship.
Okay, so we're going to go to skills.
You can install improve different aspects of the ship. These aspects include defense, damage, control, support, recon, and maneuver. The number of modules that can be installed is limited by the ship's tonnage. Now, install the Shield Overload module. This will boost your shield's effectiveness for a short time during battle.
Alright, so this supercharged void shield, you basically cannot take any damage for about 10 seconds. Which is kind of cool, kind of helpful. There is actually a shield recharge one there. There are two different types of mines, I think they are there. One was, let me think now. The stasis mine, I think, came under control. Damage has a one type which basically does more shield damage, and another type which does more hull damage, but we'll see those again later. There's a taunt skill there which is quite helpful. You combine that with your impenetrable void shield. You can taunt the ship to attack you for a short period of time, then use your supercharged void shield to absorb all the damage and just soak it up. Recon, this is where we've got the auger probe, which this other ship has, and we used in the last mission. So that's where you could add another one on there if you wanted to. And there's a warp jump maneuver, which allows you to jump short distances, and you can re-angle the ship as well as you move. quite useful for getting into or out of a fight.
I must return to my communion with the machine spirits. Admiral, you should return to the sector map for your next assignment.
Okay, and I should be able to have a look at this ship now. So yeah, we can now see pretty much everything. So there's our micro warp jump. We've got induction cells, which allows your gauge to refuel quickly, basically your maneuvering gauge. The void shield transfer, that allows you to transfer shield energy to another ship. Actually, you just give the other ship energy, you don't really transfer the energy away from your ship. There's taunt. There's a stasis bomb, which basically slows everything down in the area. That's quite a large area effect and can be quite useful. Auger disruptor basically reduces the detection range of a ship. There's a plasma bomb, so this does a lot of damage to the ship's hull, so ignoring armour. And this is a disruptor bomb. This basically depletes shields, so you can get a nice combo with two ships, with one with a disruption bomb and one with a plasma bomb, and if you get a hit with both you can wipe out their shields and do a good chunk of damage. So that's a nice little combo if you've got the points to spend on two different ships. So emergency capacitor was the only other one we didn't look at, which is the increase to the shield regeneration rate. So let's come and have a look at our crew proper now. So we can see we can reduce damage, reduce by 10% the chance of insubordination for the ship. Insubordination usually happens if you get a ship in the line lost, or things aren't going very well for you, escort ships get killed, that kind of thing. So a captain can become insubordinate, which we saw in the last mission, and then you can execute them if you're quick enough to try and regain control of your ship. Navigators we've already covered. Tech priests, so these guys improve the repair rate of the emergency repairs. It's like a gear symbol on the ship's control during the actual mission. So that's going to be useful. This was saying here, so the Master Gunner improves by 25% the critical chance of lances in macro weapons. The ratings increase the troop value of the ship, and then the servitors, this is where you would reduce your cooldown times by 4%. So that's quite cool. This ship is fitted with torpedoes, and I think that I want to go with servitors. Let's have a look at our upgrades. Lots and lots of upgrades. Short burn torpedoes, that wasn't there before, I don't think, or I certainly don't remember taking it. Above 6k weapon accuracy of macro weapons is reduced. So this ship has the little turrets, macro sort of broadside, and the torpedo launcher. So that could be fairly handy for the macro cannons. Armor piercing ammo for the macro cannons, additional teleportorium so we can do more assault strikes. Turbo weaponry, range of all macro cannons on the ship increased by 3,000 units, and I think the macro cannons range is 6,000 at the moment, which is quite reasonable. So yeah, we can put additional defense turrets on. We've got hull reinforcement and fire protection systems. We've got more additional armor here. Increased detection range. Improves the lock-on, brace for impact and reload, which are the three abilities you use. I was mostly using lock-on in the last mission, but brace for impact is quite handy because it allows you to increase your evasion, and reload and boost your reload time, as you'd expect. Enhanced battle bridge. Now this would have cured my issue on the last mission because effectively lost the battle bridge, and I couldn't issue the orders, so I couldn't use things like lock on. We've got shield boosts. 25%. Oh, ship shield has 25% chance to deny damage. That's not bad. 25% chance to deny hits on shield. That's quite cool, actually. Navigational shields, asteroid damage is negated. So there's the skill that I was talking about, that is or the upgrade that's needed to avoid asteroid damage. Additional void generator shield, again we've already used that one, that's to increase your shields. So plasma thrusters increases the gauge by 25%, so that means we can thrust or make changes more often. Increase the rotation of the ship, and special maneuvers will not reveal the ship anymore. So that's something to discuss. So we talked about the gas clouds and how that they can hide a ship, but when you use an ability like a high energy turn or the speed increase by using the thrust, you actually reveal your position, and it makes it easier for the enemy to find you. Probably more useful in multiplayer than against a computer, because a computer seems to know where you are anyway. So that's quite helpful if you want to go for a very stealthy. I don't know if that really would help you out that much in a multiplayer, if it would really work that well. Have to try and see. That might be something I'll give it a go now that it's fully released, and hopefully the games would have balanced a bit better. Nova cannons did kind of rule in multiplayer, but we won't see a Nova cannon for a little while anyway, not until I get a bigger ship. So what we're going to hear, ship speed is improved by 25, but critical damage on the engine deactivates the special maneuvers. So I'm going to put on this, don't want torpedo speed. Don't want to increase the macro range. I'm probably actually going to go for the... I'm going to try armor piercing. Okay, and that's it. This is already dragged on longer than I wanted it to for the first episode, but we've seen the tutorial, we've seen the first couple of missions, and we've seen what we can do to the ships. Now we get to play the game. So I will see you in the next video. Actually no, I won't. What I'll do is I'm just going to hit the return to Gothic sector, because it's going to talk to me a little bit and yak on about some sort of mission that I'm going to have to go and do.
The sector's High Strategic Council has met at Port Moore. The Council has a plan to secure the Gothic sector against these invaders, and you play a key role, Admiral. I will contact you soon to brief you on your next assignment.
Okay, so that's it. So yeah, I'm basically going to hit the end turn, and that's the end of it. So that's going to be the end of this video for now. This is a new series that's starting today, so this will carry on next week, probably every other day, and I will probably see you in the next video, I hope. Don't forget, like or subscribe, or like and subscribe. At least that way, if you do see, you will see more videos even with a subscription, because you will get pop-up notifications on your YouTube page. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you for now.